Nunya, what's happening, buddy? Double D, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? TM, what's the word? Buzz. You all right, Buzz? What's going on? Wow, Eddie Medrano in here at 8. Pretty cool. Must gonna be a great show. We have Eddie in here this early, man. How's everybody's week been going? Carlos, what's happening, buddy? Must be competing this weekend. Dude, I was watching about 5 minutes ago, Eddie. I was watching some videos, and it looked like some of the tents in Austin, some of the commercial tents that the wind had taken apart and really got into some of the items that those cooks had set up inside the tent. We could hear the wind in the house a couple of 10 minutes ago. Triple B, what's happening, B? Triple, how you doing, baby? Good to see you, man. Welcome back. I know that was a serious break that you took, man. Cut into your momentum a little bit, but I know you're gonna get things right back in order, man. Like and not skip a beat. Fat boys in the house. What's happening, buddy? How are you doing today, man? Hey, Chris. Good to see you this evening. Samantha, thanks once again for dropping in, lady. We appreciate it. Oh, you know we can always use the rain. It's that time of the year, man. My grass is starting to green up nicely. Uh, really looking forward to not having to brush the dog each time we let him out because he loves to roll in that dry grass and he'll bring it back in the house. So I can't wait, even though I've got a cut now weekly. I can't wait to not have to worry about the dog each time he goes out. Judge Jeff is in the house. What's happening, buddy? How are you doing? Wow, major snowstorm, man. Major snowstorm. Yeah, Carlos, Daddy Dutch gets here pretty early, man. Josh, buddy, what's happening? Great to see you this evening, man. Thanks for stopping in. Well, good luck this weekend, Carlos. I know you can do it, man. Yeah, Trumpet, I think that's across the region right now, man. Some heavy wind. Mama just went out back on the deck and made sure that everything was battened down, tied down. Brian, thanks for asking, man. B triple, all is well. All is well, man. Trying to get ahead on some videos. We've got a week where we're gonna be out of town coming up. So trying to get some things knocked out. So been halfway busy without stressing myself. Mike, what's going on? Wow. Man, I've got some folks in the shop tonight, man. Eddie Madrano's here early. Dog Father's in the house. What's up, Alton? Long time no see, man. I got Triple B. Wow. Thanks for stopping in. Big D from Delaware. What's happening, buddy? How are you doing? Nah, I already pre-treated. my spring treatment, man, for those weeds. So I got that pretty well taken care of. All right, folks, we are right there, man, at that 5 minute mark. Uh, I want to thank all you guys and gals once again for stopping in, hanging out with Mama and Papa Joe, man. We absolutely appreciate it. Here's to another great week for all of you guys. Another day, man, and you get to start your weekend. Enjoy. So, tonight's topic, folks, along with anything else you can come up with, is simply, and it is my opinion, that I'm starting to see more and more of a trend towards not wrapping some of the more traditional meats. You know, when I'm talking about the brisket and the ribs primarily. Now, I don't know if you guys are seeing that across the board, uh, or some of you exploring more. I have. I'm not going to say just, but I think within the last year and a half, I've found myself doing more and more of those no wrap cooks. And so far they've primarily been with things like beef ribs, whatever cut of beef ribs. Uh, they've been pork ribs. I have yet to do a no wrap brisket. So that I really believe is coming up very very soon. I'm going to do my first no wrap brisket. But let me know if you've done a your about your no wrap cooks. What do you think of them? Pros and cons versus the traditional wrap. We all know that foil wrap, what that foil wrap does. So I think most of us are going to be able to talk about some butcher paper. Let's see where we are. I will tell you, Lady Cherie, welcome again. Cherie, I sent you a message on IG. I wanted to know if you were going to be able to stop in and be a guest for a little while tonight. Folks, at home with Cherie, this lady told me today on a post on one of our videos, or maybe in the post on the community channel, that she has never wrapped a rib in her entire cooking life. And I found that pretty cool. As a matter of fact, she said she did not even know that there was such a thing as wrapping a rib. And for that reason, I really wanted to talk to her tonight, because it's almost like she's a virgin rib cooker. Have never been contaminated or influenced with a foil or a brisket or a butcher paper wrap. So I really want to, Cherie, if you've got time, let me know and I will drop the link in the chat. Alvin, what's happening, buddy? How are you doing today? Let me just get right back down to the bottom of this chat, man. You know I can get long-winded and fall behind. Charles, thank you for stopping in as usual, man. Good luck, Eddie. Good luck, Carlos. Tom Garvey, what's happening? The Keto Cook. Tom, I love that intro, man, with that Vegas clapping background. That's pretty cool. Yes, I can. Good to see you this evening, man. Great to see you this evening. Carlos, I am done, man. Mom and I are done with comps. I don't think that we will ever schedule another comp. If and when we decide to drop in and cook one, it's going to be we dropping in. It's not going to be scheduled. So yes, we are pretty much done, Carlos. Wow, I can only imagine how that looks and feels, Brian. James, oh man, you're gonna love that ironwood. You're gonna love that 885, man. It is awesome. Yeah, it's an awesome cooker. Yes, man. Thank you so much, Mama. We appreciate it. Dog, you know we're always sipping on something, man. But you on that grind as usual. Thank you so much, Carl, man. We absolutely appreciate it. Yeah, he getting paid. Yeah, he is getting paid. Thank you guys so much, man. Once again, Daddy Dutch said he is a rapper and not a rapper. Ah, man, I know it's always hard work, man. But we got to do what we got to do. Good times and bad times, man. Enjoy it all. Yeah, enjoy it all. So, some pros of some of the things that you have found. If you haven't wrapped, if you've done cooks where you haven't wrapped in the past, man, what are some things you really, really enjoy about not having wrapped a meat? As we look at some of the pros of not wrapping, what do you think they are? Arzel, man, it is hard to argue with this response right here. Arzel said he's found that the foil boat method is much better in respects to Boston butts and briskets. It's the best of both worlds. Arzel, I will tell you, I've done briskets, I've done pork shoulders, I've done ribs in the foil boat method, and man, it works to perfection. It works to perfection. So I have really been sold on foil boating. I have really been sold on foil boating. You can protect that bark. At the same time, you're going to speed up your cook, so you maintain that nice crusty bark. I hate to use the term crunchy because I don't know that a bark actually gets crunchy. When people start thinking crunchy, you're thinking a potato chip crunchy. But I think a crusty, dry bark that really stands out. It gives you that visual texture. And foil boating protects that while speeding up your cook uh, a little more than not wrapping at all. Josh says, I have done quite a few no wrap cooks on ribs, and it wasn't on purpose. The meat just speaks sometimes. Sometimes it is cooking so perfectly, the wrap isn't necessary. And I totally agree, Josh. The first time I went full no wrap on one of the traditional cuts that we would wrap might be, give or take, 2.5 years ago. Definitely pre YouTube. I was doing some beef back ribs, and my goal was to wrap those beef back ribs. And I don't know, maybe 2:45, 3 hours. And they were on the Traeger. Right to around 2:45 to 3 hours, I went to tempt them. They had the color. I wanted to see what temp they were because that temp usually gives me an idea how much time they're going to spend in the wrap. So I like to know that before I wrap. So 2:45 to 3 hours, I went and I temped them, and the color was just absolutely perfect. And those beef back ribs were at 2:03, and I was like, it doesn't even make sense for me to wrap them at this point because all I needed was probably another 15 or so minutes. So I let them ride, and they were absolutely the best beef back ribs I had ever cooked to that point. And that is when I really started exploring and playing more with no wrapping. But since then, man, I've done just about everything no wrap except for brisket. Except for brisket. I've never wrapped chicken thighs. Well, I will not say I never have. When I've done KCBS comps and I've placed chicken in that butter bath, I have covered up that foil pan. So that is a wrap of sort for chicken. All right, but that is definitely not one of the meats that we are referring to. All right, so Cherie is going to stop in for a second. She says to give her a couple of minutes while she finished tidying up the kitchen and getting her camera ready. Much appreciated later. Dog, I'm telling you, man, set something up. The crew will be there, man. We had such a great time that I don't think anybody wants to miss it. Given an invite. Big D said he never rapped anything until he started competing. He would just stay up all night mopping everything. And I think that might be one of the first starts to really get me into rapping for competition. And I will tell you, rapping at a competition is necessary for competition that competition texture, because a foil wrap piece of meat is going to have a significant difference in in texture from a non-wrapped, or from even a foil boat. You know, wrapping, especially in foil, gives you that wetter, softer, more tender, and if you take it too far, a mushier texture. We all know that, and that is absolutely fine in competition, as long as you don't take it too far and get to that mushy stage, and it will give you that nice bite through. But at home, I don't know, for whatever reason, man. At home, I want something a little different. You know, I want something a little tighter, something with a little more tug, and that is what either the foil boat, or the no wrap does to gives to me. Hey, Andre, what's happening, buddy? How are you doing? Oh yeah, all the bean stuff gets crunchy. He gets that candy shell. I know, Buzz. Every once in a while, it will. Yeah, I'm telling you, Dog Father, there's nothing better, man, than a no wrap beef rib. Than a no wrap beef rib. And folks, you know, if you're going to do no wrap, I can definitely, regardless of what I'm going to do, I'm not going to trim a beef rib, uh, you know, unless the fat cap is just especially thick. And in that case, I'm just going to thin it out, you know, maybe a quarter inch, just like a brisket. But I love the way that the fat on a beef rib renders, and that 16 mesh, uh I mean, just gets in contact, and gets caught up in those juices, and almost crystallizes into that crusty dark bark. Beef ribs are one of the easiest things to cook, no wrap. One of the easiest. Johnny Maggs is in the house. What's up, JM? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I don't buy Christmas presents, so I definitely don't wrap them. uh Double D, man, you know, been there and done that, man. Like I said, you know, uh, the 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 enjoyment just isn't there anymore. The enjoyment isn't there anymore, man. Uh, we had a great run, and it's just time for a little bit of a chapter two, man. So we're looking forward to whatever direction we are headed. We're absolutely looking forward to it, and we appreciate the thought, man. We absolutely appreciate the thought. Triple B says that he never used to wrap pork ribs until 3 years ago. And man, I am totally with you. You know, I will still every now and then and again I will do a video, maybe with a bit of a competition theme to it, and I might end up wrapping ribs for that reason. But if they're going to be a rack of ribs that I'm going to eat, for example, this week's uh this Tuesday's video we just set out was that no wrap rib. And that is all I've been doing. No wrap ribs, man, whether it be on the drum, whether it be on the Traeger, or the WSM. Because a no wrap rib, and I think another benefit of not wrapping is that it takes a little more moisture, and by moisture, I'm talking a little more water out, that really concentrates the flavors, brings out the flavor of that pork, that beef, whatever it might be. So reducing that water a little bit more, man, really, really does. And then your edges, can get a little crisp, a little crunchy. And man, if it's seasoned properly, oh my goodness, that is just a delicious piece of whatever it is you're cooking. Uncle Steve's in the house. What's happening, Steve? Man, that looked like an awesome show you guys put on this past weekend, man. Looks like you had a great time. Your tent did really well, and you did really well in the competition. So congrats all the way around, Uncle Steve. Awesome job, man. Definitely hate that we missed it. Oh yeah, dog. Johnny Maggs is in the house, baby. Alvin says the only time he raps is when the wife is tapping on the window, say, hurry up to cook. And that is one of the cons of rapping. It will definitely speed up your cook. It will definitely speed up your cook. Uh, if you're struggling with a stall, rapping can help speed up the cook. So there's some cons to rapping. As long as you understand that there's a significant amount of, there's some pros to rapping. As long as you understand that there are some cons to rapping. The mushifying. I love to use the word. I love to make up the word mushifying. But yes, it will soften your bark. Even though there are ways in the end to remedy that, to bring it back to that crust to a degree. Let's see. All right, handle your business, dog father. Appreciate you stopping in, man. What's up, John? John, where you been, man? Haven't seen any videos from you. Yeah, for real, Daddy Dutch. Our last two competition, there were times when Mama and I looked at each other during the competition, at the end of the competition when it's time to clean up, and we just agreeingly would shake our head east west. Because we knew like that we were on the tail end because man, there were times Mama would turn in brisket. Uh, and by the time she got back from turning and brisket, man, I'm breaking down. I'm uh now I the last couple of comps, man, when it was time to break down, uh, uh the motivation just wasn't there. Yeah, the motivation just was not there. All right, Cherie says she's ready. So Cherie, I am dropping the link in the chat. And man, we appreciate you stopping in. Double D mom is always trying to get me to do something. One of the first things she probably wants me to do is to clean up my barbecue corner in the pantry. uh, Folks, this is going to be an interesting conversation, man, with Cherie. Like I said, she's a virgin when it comes to the not having wrapped a rack of ribs in her entire cooking career, which I think is just absolutely awesome. When she told me that she did not even know there was such a thing as wrapping ribs, I was like, wow. So now you're just going to have to go do it for experimenting sakes, Cherie. Double D, I'd love to come hang out with you at a cook-off, man. Yeah, I would love to come hang out with you at a cook-off. What's up, man?
What up, brother?
Ain't nothing happening. How are you doing?
Good, man. Just putting in some overtime at the food truck.
Are you're getting ready, or you don't sell on weekdays, do you?
No, we're still cooking and prepping. We just trimmed our
Okay,
ribs.
okay. How's the
Got a
weather?
mountain of ribs right there.
How's the weather?
Got about, I don't know, 18 wraps.
How's the weather treating you?
It's freaking cold, brother.
Man,
It was
yeah,
snowing today.
when we saw the weather a little while ago, we turned on the I looked at my phone and saw a video of the Austin tents coming down. I looked at mom and said, that is one of the things I will not miss. Those bad weather cook-offs, man.
Yeah, it
And
was.
when your customers are expecting you to be out there, man, it's gonna be hard for you to say, hey, we're not gonna make it today, man. The weather's in the way, so
Yeah, no, it was snowing this morning and windy and extremely cold, man. It's crazy.
wow. Now you got to make the donuts, baby. You got to make the
That's
donuts.
it. That's
Yeah. How
right,
many people?
man.
How many people you got in the truck?
Just me and my brother right now.
Okay, okay. You got briskets on.
Oh, there you go. Just me and my brother.
What's happening,
Yeah,
buddy?
briskets are on. Pork butts are on. We trimmed our ribs. Brining our chicken. Turkey breast. Just made a batch of pickled red onions.
Okay, sweet. I love some pickled onions, man.
Oh
Yeah,
hell
I
yeah!
love some pickled onions. That is awesome. Yeah, I absolutely love pickled onions, man.
Yeah, you gotta have it with barbecue, man.
Yeah, yeah. Now you got to do it. So we got people already out, man. Set up in Austin for this weekend's big event. And I hope everybody's making it through the weather. Those big events, people usually get there a couple of days early, something like Austin, because getting in uh, late with these huge rigs is a problem. So you've got to get there pretty early. Yeah, you've got to get there pretty early.
You're not
Lady
competing this
Cherie,
weekend, CJ?
say again.
You're not competing this weekend in Austin?
Nah, Joe, we're kind of done with cook-offs, man. Uh, we may hit one or two, one here, one there in a given year, but for the most part, we no longer worry about a cook-off schedule. It's not going to be a regular thing. As a matter of fact, I'm still giving myself another month and a half before I let the Jambo go, just to make sure
Oh,
that it's
what?
completely make just to make sure it's completely out of my system, man. So if you're out there looking for a Jambo, folks, I think another month and a half, Papa Joe, Mama Joe, we're gonna be ready to let it go, man. Yeah,
You got a
that
price
is
for it
where
yet?
we are. Oh yeah, I've got an idea of a price. Yeah, I've got an idea
Is,
of a price, and
yours is on a trailer, right?
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, it's a trailer pit, and it tows like a charm, man. You got to remind yourself that it's back there. So
Yeah.
I've got a picture of the Jambo taped to my steering wheel. That way I don't forget that it's there. uh, yes, Trumpet, I will definitely be selling the Jambo, man. Mom and I are gonna let that go. And like I said, we're giving ourselves a little. Who said that? Yeah. Yeah. We shall see. And I'm not gonna
Why
be
don't you raffle
gouging
it
anybody
off,
for the
man?
Jambo, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna gouge anybody. You're gonna get it. It is clean. It's in great condition. It's a winner. Uh, oh yeah, absolutely. All right, folks, we've got Cherie. Joe, this lady, man,
All right, brother. I'm gonna take
cooking
off,
with
CJ.
Cherie. All right, man. Hey, good luck this weekend.
All right, brother. Good talking to you, man.
All right. Lady, what's happening? How are you doing?
Hi, you can see me. Let me see. I'm in my sewing room.
Yes,
This is where
yes,
my
I
computer
can.
is. I'm going to try
Okay,
to
okay. I don't care.
This is my first time ever coming on Streamline with StreamYard with someone. So
Okay, okay. It's pretty simple. I think it may take all of 15 seconds to set up a screen name and come on in the green room. I see
yeah.
you and bring you in.
Well, I
So,
didn't have
folks,
the right I didn't have the right browser, I guess. So it took me through some steps, but I'm here.
okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Well, Cherie, these folks have seen you in the chat in the past. You won one of the prizes on our 10,000K subscriber giveaway. Just a real quick intro to these folks to make it official.
Well, I'm Cherie, and I'm actually not a competition cook at all. Um, I actually have a gardening channel. I grow food and, I cook some things, but I was looking, my husband asked me to make gumbo of all things. And I was on YouTube searching for gumbo and found this amazing looking recipe from Mama and Papa Joe's. And I was just enamored with your videos. And so now I'm like, I want a smoker, I want a Traeger, like I want all the things. My husband's like, what are you looking for now? When I came down from the kitchen, I have to show you. You're like my personal
Oh,
shopper. I've bought so many things that I've heard you
that is
talking about.
awesome.
And so yeah, it's really funny. And of course, I have my goodies here that I won from Texas Select
That's just select.
that I've been using. I used these actually tonight. You can see.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then I
yeah.
have my amazing things that I also got from Uncle Steve. So my spice game is getting, picked
Leveled
up.
up. Yeah,
Yes.
getting
But
level up.
now I
That
need
is
the
awesome.
equipment. I need to go
Yeah,
back and look at the video where you guys broke down all the equipment. I need a
yeah,
thermometer. I need a lot of things.
that is awesome. So right now, in terms of a grill, Cherie, what are you cooking on? What do you have in the back?
To be honest, I don't grill a lot. But
No.
we have a really nice high-end grill that my husband uses mostly. But I'm not a big griller. I put fish on the grill sometimes, and that's the only thing that I have ever wrapped on the grill is fish. I put that in, an aluminum foil thing and with some vegetables. But the only thing I really grill is I put ribs on there, but I've never wrapped them. And the hot dog, hamburger, chicken, and I've never wrapped any of those things.
All right. So when you put a rack of rib on the grill, and you cook them all the way through, how long does that normally take you?
Mm. I usually start it a little highish and then I turn it down and then I just let it cook. I would guess I haven't done it on the grill in a while. At least an hour, hour and a half. And I just kind of move it to the side and turn the temperature down and let it cook. And
So
then
more like an offset, indirect.
and then I
Yeah.
put the sauce in on the end. But I cook a lot of meat, but I cook in the oven.
Yeah. Oh, there's
I
nothing.
put my ribs in the oven.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. You've got some clowns that are going to talk trash, but that's just another tool that you can definitely take advantage of. And uh, when you learn to cook a rack of ribs in the oven, they will be just as delicious as on the grill, minus the smoke flavor.
Right.
Minus that great char that charcoal will give you.
Yeah.
But
And
I've
that's what
done
I
the
want to
oven.
start
Yeah,
getting.
yeah.
That's what
Oh,
I
you
want to start getting.
absolutely need it.
Yeah.
You absolutely need it. So
Yeah.
you mentioned that you didn't even know there was such a thing as wrapping ribs.
No.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, I grew up in a household. My mother used to boil her ribs and then finish them in the oven with sauce. And that's like when I was a kid, that's how we ate ribs. They would get
Yeah.
boiled and then they would get finished off on some flame or something with some barbecue sauce, right? I've never cooked them like that, but I feel very comfortable with the oven.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I
yeah.
do most of my cooking with the oven.
I am not ashamed to say I used to boil ribs, but it was a long, long time ago. You know, I would boil them, get them out of that water, throw some seasonings on them, throw them on a grill, sauce them, and my buddies used to tell me that these ribs were killing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm here to tell you, uh, no, they weren't.
No.
Yeah, yeah, no, they
So
were not.
I feel like I'm doing way better than my mom.
Yeah, yeah.
But seeing all of you on YouTube now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a smoker. Like, they look so good. They have to taste phenomenal.
And the thing is, you know, there are quality smokers out there, decent prices. Especially if you've got somebody closer to you that's selling one, you can get your eyes and hands on it prior to purchasing. There's some awesome, whether you're looking for an offset smoker, but I will tell you something as simple as a WSM. Those are the upright, the bullet type smokers, Weber Smoky
Okay.
Mountain.
Okay.
They're large enough that you're going to be able to put quite a bit of meat on there, double shells. But you're able to grill as well as smoke on
Right.
something like that. So it's great. Fire management is a breeze. There isn't a significant learning curve. Uh, it comes with a rotisserie attachment that will fit it. I mean, so something like that would be great for you. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space
Right.
because it's an upright. So you definitely will. But as back to wrapping ribs, you know, some of the things wrapping ribs will give you is a faster cook. So you're
Okay.
gonna leave it. You're gonna leave it for a couple of hours in the smoke until you're satisfied with the color and that your bark is set. Then you'll just wrap it really tightly in aluminum foil. You can put whatever you want. Apple juice. I love the idea right now. I don't do anything like apple juice. I love the idea of using a pork stock,
Mm.
or if you wanted to, chicken stock, but something savory as opposed to fruity. And again, that's just a personal taste. But add that in the bottom of it. And a lot of people, some people will
Huh.
put the meat side down in that liquid in the foil. I don't like to do that because it just destroy your bark, your
Right.
crust.
Right.
So I do it bone side down. And coming out of that foil, what I like to do with that liquid that's left in there, that liquid will be a little more concentrated. It'll be a little thicker. I like to spoon that over my ribs. All right, like a bit of a sauce, like a bit of a glaze. And then just dry them out coming out of that foil, and they're ready to go. So it will speed up your cook, but based on how you do it, it's going to soften your bark. I don't know if you're a fan of a firm bite, a little bit of a chew, a little bit of a tug, or are you a fall off the bone type person?
I'm a fall off the bone type person. But okay, let me understand this though. All of this cooking is happening on the smoker or on the grill?
Now, you know, I there are times when I use smoker slash grill interchangeably, uh,
Okay.
because for me, I can smoke on anything just about. You know, I can rearrange my Weber to use it as a smoker. And when I say smoker, I'm just talking about something that's not direct.
Okay.
You know, so if I push the coals to one side of my Weber kettle and then put the protein on the opposite side, I am now smoking in my
Right.
mind as opposed to grilling. If I'm going to grill, then it's going to be directly over the fire, so to speak. So I kind of use them interchangeably. But if you wanted to grill your ribs directly over the coals for half an hour per side, you get that color, you get that char, then push them in some foil and do what we just spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Boom, you're getting it done the same way. Yeah, you're getting it done the
Yeah,
same
but
way.
I need a smoker, CJ, because I think the other issue is that my grill isn't charcoal. It's gas.
Oh, What? Whoa!
I was just realizing. I think there's a
it,
big fundamental difference. Yes.
yes. Is it the G word?
It's gas.
Oh, it's
See,
the
I need a
G word.
smoker. I need a see,
Yeah, yeah,
this is why I'm here. Because I
yeah.
don't it's not the same. And that's what I want. I want that smoky.
Yes, yes,
I need
yeah.
a smoker. I need a
You,
smoker.
you know, there going to be folks out there that tell you, man, if you're using a gas grill, get the wood chips, wrap them in foil, put them on your burner. It's not going to give you what a charcoal or what a smoker grill will give you. So it definitely will not. And I don't have anything against gas grills. They're great for quick cook. If you're working
Yeah.
full time, you get home late, man, you want a steak or something, boom, bam, you're cooking in 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So there's
Yeah.
a place for a gas grill, but you're definitely not going to get some of the smoking and the grilling in the traditional sense. Triple B, what's happening?
Yeah. And
Barbecue,
see that's
bourbon, and
and
blues.
that's
How
where
are
I
you
am.
doing?
We've used this gas grill and it is great. It's fast. My husband can come home from work and throw something on. But I want a smoker. I want that slow smoked. I'm home. I have time, but I need to learn. And I've looked through some of your videos and it's like I don't even know what to buy. I've literally been looking for a smoker for like 18 months.
Yeah,
And it's like I don't even know. I don't know what to buy.
yeah, but Buzz, like Buzz is saying, the WSM, the Weber Smoky Mountain, is just about anything from Weber, man, is absolutely going to fit the bill. Like I said, I love that WSM. If you saw this week's video, I smoked those ribs. Well, they were hot. I smoked them really hot, and just about when before I call them finished, I took off the body of the WSM. I put the grate directly over the fire, man, and I grilled them for a couple of 15, 20 seconds per side to really get that char. And man, they were absolutely delicious. So
Yeah.
it can do, it really can. Mama's asking, what are some of your favorite things to cook?
I like to cook a lot of things. I personally love fish, chicken, steaks. My husband and son both they like a lot of the like rib things. They love sausages. Um, and we have some barbecue places here that we've tried and they're good. But my son's always talking about barbecue from St. Louis, and we lived in Texas for a couple years. And I mean, we've had some really good barbecue in Texas. And our neighbor two houses over, he used to have one of those big smokers like you. And we would just go over with our plates, right, and get the food, but we've never actually smoked anything ever.
Yeah.
I see some of your friends are clowning me.
Yeah.
They're clowning me in the chat
Yes.
about
Yes.
boiled ribs and gas. I know you were
Yeah.
sitting here talking, and I realized I think he thinks you have a charcoal grill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's the first step.
I would tell you something as simple as a Weber, like Buzz is saying, because you're going to be able to smoke as well as grill.
Okay.
As well as grill. I mean, I have done brisket. I have done brisket on my Weber kettle. So you can definitely smoke as well as grill. And man, they're $99. So
Okay.
if you end up getting something, if you end up upgrading at a later point, then you're only into that for $99. So it's not a
Right.
huge startup cost, and the learning curve is just so flat. You're not going to have to jump through any hoops to really understand and learn how to cook on a Weber kettle. Man,
Right.
they're awesome. Yeah, I
All
love them.
right.
Yeah, love them.
I'll jump in and make that purchase because I really do. I
Yeah,
want to get started. I grew up on the East Coast, so I grew up just eating, crabs and shellfish and seafood.
yeah.
Not my mother did not cook a lot of meat, and so it's not something I really learned. So I just kind of teach myself, and I'm very comfortable with the oven, the stove. I do a lot of roasting, but even with the grilling, I feel like, you got to get the timing right so it's not dry, so it's not burned when I put the sauce on. It's still a lot of learning from me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and like everybody in this chat, man, uh, we've destroyed meat before before we learned to properly cook meat, and
Right.
every once in a while we'll still destroy meat. So yes,
You
mom,
pull it off and the kids are looking at you like,
yeah,
Mom, I think
yeah,
this was on too long. But so I'm gonna try the wrapping. I'm gonna try the wrapping. I've
yeah.
never I've
Oh,
never wrapped anything but fish on the grill. It's funny.
yeah. And another smoker that's fairly inexpensive and really gets it done are drum smokers. I don't know
Drum
how you
smoker.
feel about a drum smoker. Yeah.
Do they
Uh,
look different than the
we've
Weber
got
or the
we
drum smoker?
yes they are. They're actual drums. They're actual
I
upright
think I
drums.
saw that on your channel.
Yes, we've got a red one.
Yes, I saw that
Man,
on your
the
channel.
flavor that this brings is just off the charts. It's hard to match
Okay.
with anything else. Yeah.
I thought that was the Weber. That's the drum smoker. I've seen that on your
Now the
channel.
red one is the drum smoker. The Weber
Okay.
has the dome lid, black
Okay.
dome lid. Yeah.
Okay.
Arzel said the master built digital charcoal smoker is a rib smoking machine that he highly recommends. I don't know much about that one. All right, but he swears by it. The master built digital charcoal smoker.
Digital charcoal. Huh.
Arzel, is that one of those gravity smokers? Cherie, mom is asking where are you from originally?
Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, born and raised,
Oh,
East Coast girl.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Ah, that's my buddy Sleeper Lance.
Yep.
He's not in the chat tonight, but he's
I,
someplace in Maryland as well.
yeah. Yeah. So I love the East Coast. I love me some seafood.
Yeah. Oh
But I've
yeah.
lived all over now.
All right. We spent mom and I spent I don't know some 3-4 years 8 years stationed in the DC area. We were
Yeah.
stationed at Walter Reed and then
Yeah.
Fort Belvoir. So man,
Okay.
we really fell in love with the Chesapeake Bay area.
Chesapeake Bay,
Crabs.
Annapolis.
We would
Yeah.
we would go crabbing at Solomon's Island, Chesapeake Bay. Awesome times. Yeah.
Yeah. I had crab
So
before I ever had a steak. So
yes.
it was not a
Oh
part
yeah.
of our regular menu.
So, so if there was a vote put out for you to go buy a grill tomorrow, it would be a Weber from
It would be a Weber.
based on
Okay.
based on everything in the comments. It would
The
be a
Weber
Weber.
kettle. Okay. I was leaning towards the drum because my favorite color is red, but I'm going to look into the Weber. I'll look at the Weber. And I don't want anything that's too complicated. Because I do, I buy nice meat and I want to have success with it,
Yes. Oh, I saw your unboxing of the half ton of meat from what's the name of that company?
That's from Butcher Box.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
skipping my next month because I want to try this RC Ranch that you've been talking about. So I'm gonna
You're gonna
finally
love
place
that
an
RC
order for a
Ranch.
few things
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
yeah.
I want to give that
You're
a
gonna
try because I've never had a Wagyu steak before.
you're gonna love it. I have got we've got a couple of Wagyu steaks that we've got to do a video on, but I'm stretching it out a little bit. You got some folks out there now that, oh, well, why are you cooking meats on video that a lot of people can't afford? Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, come on, man, it's a piece of meat.
It's
I
meat.
wouldn't treat that Wagyu steak any differently than I would a choice steak or a prime steak. If you're watching videos to try to figure out how to cook a particular piece of meat, uh, watch the video and go out
Right.
there and then go buy what you can afford and cook it the same way.
Yeah.
I don't want to do them back to back to back, so I'm stretching them out.
And there's a video for everybody, right? I mean,
Yes, there
I
is.
have some
Absolutely.
things, and it's
Yeah.
like, not everybody has a freeze dryer. I do. I'm still gonna do some videos sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I was excited for you to see it because for me, it's something my husband, he's had on business dinners, but I've never bought one. I've never seen one. I've never cooked it. So even just some of your tips about the higher fat and being
Oh
careful
yeah.
in your
Oh
first
yeah.
video, it's like, okay, I got to remember that so I don't, you know, have the whole pot on fire.
Yeah.
So
Now
it's
you're
helpful for people like me who are, just wanting to play around with some things. And I like to watch videos first, especially with specialty things like that.
yes. You're gonna love it, man. And Wagyu is a little more forgiving because of the extra fat content. So even if you take it a little too far, you're still going to have an awesome result because of that extra fat content. One of the great things about it.
Okay.
And man, yes, I have seen multiple colored
A red Weber.
Webers
Okay.
in multiple colors.
I'm
So
partial to
yes, you
red, so
can
I'm
get
gonna
them.
look for red.
Yeah.
And then my husband
uh,
knows that's my smoker. He's
yeah.
we used to do charcoal grill when we first got married, but it's that whole thing, right? You gotta get it going. And when you're coming home from a long day, he just wants to push a button. And so this is something I'll take on because I have the time, right? And I'm looking forward to impressing them with some
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
with some new food.
I have gotten bad at over the years because unlike a lot of folks, man, I don't wait for I don't use fire starters. I will just I will put my coals or my briquettes or my lump in whatever pit and I will blast them with my weed burner. So in
Oh,
about 5, 7 minutes, I am ready to go, as
oh,
opposed to the 20, 25, 30 minutes the
right.
normal person might take to get theirs going. So and that it's been that way since we started competing in 2010. I've just had a real aversion to adding anything as a starter. I
Burn,
know a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
these products say that they're natural, whether they're wax, whether they're straw, whatever the case might be, but I've just gotten so used to using propane for the last give or take 15 years that I probably won't be able to change it now. So I hit
That's
that.
a
I hit
great
it.
tip.
Yeah, I hit it with that pear burn, and I'm ready to go in about less than 10 minutes.
That's a
Yes.
great tip. Yeah, because you think about all that. I'm a chemist by training, and so yeah, those they're burning off, but some of that is probably still sitting on those coals while you're cooking
Yeah.
your food, right?
Yeah. That's how I feel. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
yeah,
I don't hear of anybody getting sick. Unless you're using lighter fluid.
right,
And there's still a few people out there that use lighter fluid. Yeah,
right.
there's still a few. Now let me ask Cherie, because I've gone to your page and I see, and I know nothing about planting and seeds. You are really, really into this. I mean, some of the verbiage, some of the things you're talking about, I don't even know what questions to ask. I don't even know how to comment because I am just totally lost. And you are in Minnesota, correct?
I'm in Minnesota, so I have
Now,
a very,
how
very
does
short growing season.
oh, I was getting ready to say, so you're not planting and growing year round?
I actually grow food indoors. And so I grow hydroponically right now indoors. I grow under grow lights. So I do grow food most of the year, but my outdoor time is I have a greenhouse now, so that has extended it. So like in April, I'll start putting stuff in the greenhouse. And then I usually get my first freezer snow that first week in October, and it's over.
Wow. So
Yeah.
and everything you produce is it for home use? Do you
Most
share? Do you,
with neighbors, but I do a lot of food preserving, and I didn't plan to grow as much as I ended up growing. First of all, I didn't know I could grow that well here. We moved to Minnesota at the end of 2019, and then you know what hit, and then
yeah,
suddenly
yeah,
my daughter was back home from college. She was a freshman at Spelman College in Atlanta, so she was home. My son was home, virtual learning, and My husband was home and he used to travel a lot. And so now all of a sudden I'm just cooking and cooking, and everybody had different schedules. And at some point I couldn't get away with just my, same 5 or 6 meals that I normally
Yeah,
cook.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I just started growing more varieties, and the things grow well here in that short time. And so I got into preserving. And so I started pressure canning for the first time and dehydrating, and I have a freeze dryer.
Wow.
So tonight I made a dinner. We did scallops and salmon, and then I just pulled some squash that I grew in my backyard that I had just peeled and sliced, and some bell peppers that I grew and sliced. I had those in the freezer. I just pulled them out, put those in a Dutch oven, and kind of stewed those while I cooked. And so I'm eating from my garden all
Wow.
year
That
long.
that is awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is awesome, man. Yeah, mom is asking how large is your greenhouse?
I have one now. I'm getting a new one that's actually quite big because I fell in love with the greenhouse growing last year. The one that I have now is about um like 8 feet deep, 6 feet high. So it's great for starting things, but it's not as big. And the
Yeah, yeah.
panels didn't survive our snow. We get a lot of snow and cold here in Minnesota. And so two of my panels have already collapsed in. So the new one that's going in is specifically for cold climate. So it's domed so that the snow falls off. And I'm looking forward to that.
That is awesome. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, can marijuana be grown effectively in Minnesota?
It is illegal to grow it here in Minnesota. But it's funny because on Instagram and even on YouTube in the beginning, I had a lot of those growers following me because they were looking at my seedlings and it's like, no, that's not what I'm growing. But they want to know what you're using because they look so
Yeah.
good, right? It's like, no, you're not getting me in any trouble. It
Yeah.
is illegal here, except for I think maybe medicinal. You can grow 2 plants or something. I'm not sure,
Okay,
but it
okay.
is illegal here.
Yeah. I can't
But
mess
if
with it,
you
but
if you live somewhere where you can,
yeah. No, I
there are
can't
a
mess
lot of
with that
people who
stuff, man.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, it messes with my head. Yeah. Your homeboy's here. Hey, sleeper, this is Cherie, man. Cherie is from Maryland. Yeah, she
Yes.
is from Maryland.
Born and
How you been
raised.
doing? Buzz
Born and raised.
Buzz
Hi, sleeper.
reminded Buzz reminded me that one of the top level barbecue cooks, competitor, restaurant owner, uh,
Huh.
instructor Myron Mixon uses, and he swears by lighter fluid.
I'm
I've
gonna
seen
write
him.
that note
I've seen
down.
him on TV using it. He swears
Myron
by it.
Mixon. Huh.
Yeah, yeah. He calls himself, and I've never fact checked him, but he calls himself man in barbecue. He's won some world championships, some other
Oh, wow.
things. Pretty cool dude. Yeah, pretty cool dude. Yeah,
So you
pretty
guys
cool.
need to. I was thinking about you when I was starting a bunch of hot peppers. I'm gonna be sharing some of the peppers that I'm growing. And I mean, you guys could be making a lot of really fantastic blends with some homegrown dried peppers. I really enjoy growing rare and hard to find seeds, and so I have a lot of really interesting peppers that I'm growing this year.
How do you know anything about Scotch bonnets?
I started some Scotch bonnets. I have a lot of
Oh, did you?
Trinidadian.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need to send you some. I need to send you guys some pepper plants.
Lady, I got
I'll send you
shipping.
some pepper
I'm
plants.
telling you. Mama will tell you. We will have them at one time of the year at my Gucci B, my high end HEB, and man, I will usually try to buy as much as I can buy. I will freeze them because they're just so awesome for lots of things,
Yeah.
and not being available throughout the year really makes it difficult. I usually substitute habaneros, but Scotch bonnets are special. They are special.
I have some peppers that I think you and Mama Joe might enjoy trying to grow.
Oh,
And I will tell you, I mean, Texas is prime location for growing, and these things you can put them in a pot. Peppers like to grow in pots. You can put them on your right there on your balcony where you have your equipment. You just gotta water.
good, good. Cause I was hoping you weren't talking about digging a hole in my lawn.
No,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
actually, in my opinion, really enjoy growing in pots. And I grow almost all my peppers actually in pots. I put very few in ground.
Yeah, and I will tell you that is good to hear because the soil where we live, this area, man, is notoriously rocky and poor.
No.
So a pot will definitely do better, folks. If you're interested in any type of horticulture, that is the term, right? Or is it agriculture? What's
It's more it's kind of a combo. I do flowers too, so but the food is
okay?
agriculture.
So
Yes.
horticulture is flowers.
Well, horticulture is all things growing, but
Okay,
specifically food is agriculture.
okay, all right. If you
You
if you have any
you're
kind of
covered.
interest, folks, make sure you go check out At Home with Cherie. She's got some awesome things on her channel, man. And maybe you'll be able to help me understand some of them. Uh, hey, oh yeah, this dude right here, your homie, he's in the poblano peppers. He's got like
I
8
got
million
some
poblano
poblanos
pepper
growing.
videos. Yeah, yeah,
Hang on a second.
yeah.
I'm a run and get. I got some starts right here. Okay, I'm gonna show you
All
guys.
right, all right,
I'm sending you some peppers because I
all
just
right.
got.
That's awesome.
I have to. I work with this program and I'm actually going to be shipping them starts because I want them to grow these rare seeds. So I have the proper shippers for these plants. I'm gonna ship you guys
Yeah,
some
yeah.
plants.
All right.
Let me grab my seedlings real quick so you can see them.
Okay. Yeah, Lance, I don't I won't dig unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, don't mess with the lawn. Yeah, don't mess with the lawn. ah, all right, Cherie is pretty cool, man. She's got some interesting things going. I didn't know you could do all that in Minnesota. But I
So
guess
look it.
with
So
oh
these are
wow.
all, this is like one of my 4 trays of pepper starts, 78 pepper plants in here.
Wow.
And there's some real gems. I have things like Sugar Rush Peach and Ahi Lemon Spice and pumpkin spice jalapeno. And yeah, I
Pumpkin
like to do
spiced jalapeno.
pumpkin spice jalapeno. Yeah,
That sounds
but
interesting.
I got a lot of really cool. I got a lot of sweet peppers, but I also do hot peppers. So I'll hit you up on Instagram. I got an Aruba pepper that's grown in
Wow.
Aruba.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
really
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome.
Plants make me smile.
Yeah. A sack of crickets, Mama. There's a new name. Yeah.
Sack of
Thank,
crickets.
yeah. Thank you for stopping in. A sack of crickets. I'm gonna have to go look you up. Where are you out of? A sack of crickets. Where are you out of? Arzel said he just subscribed. Looking forward to learning from you, lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
great, Arzel. I'll connect back with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is awesome,
I'll
man.
send you guys some peppers, and peppers are really pretty plants. The flowers are pretty. They don't take up a ton of space, but you can get a lot, especially the hot peppers. I mean, your one plant, you could end up with like 50 peppers on it, you know?
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely take advantage, man.
Yeah.
Uh Mama does not have much of a green thumb. Uh
You
because
don't need
Mama,
much.
yeah, and I don't know about my thumb, but I think I can make them happen. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
can make it happen.
Every time you go
Yeah.
out there to cook, give them some water.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be smoking something, they'll be smoking something.
Yeah,
So
give them some
we, we,
water.
we will take care of them.
Just
Well,
put them
folks,
in a
it's
place where
been
you'll see them.
yes. Lady, man, nice seeing you and nice talking to you for the first time directly. We absolutely appreciate you stopping in. Uh, Thank you so much. Double Friendly Network, another new name. Mama, you writing these down so I can stop in and check them out? We appreciate all of you. Oh, and all right, so we're still going a little bit. Alvin is
People are
asking
so creative
where,
with their channel names.
yeah, Alvin is asking Cherie, where do we buy the starts? He just subscribed also, and don't think they will make it to California.
I start them from seeds. So I buy packets of seeds and I start them myself in my house.
Okay, awesome.
So
Awesome.
everything is grown by me from a seed.
Wow. Arzel is from Mississippi. All right, and he can relate to growing something.
Yes.
Oh yeah, folks,
Yes.
and man, I wish I was more into it because you can't go wrong knowing how to grow your own food.
Mm-mm.
You know, if and when things ever go south, those individuals who have that capability will do better than people like me when the supermarket shut down. Saka Crickets is from Ohio, is from Alaska. Well, man,
Oh
glad to
wow.
have you, Saka Crickets. We're just towards the end, man, but we would definitely love to have you back here a little earlier next Thursday, so we can get to know each other, man. Absolutely. Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate you as usual, Josh. You take care. Hey, Brian, man, you take care as well.
So CJ, tell the person who wanted starts if they're willing to start them themselves. If they have a PO box or something I can ship to, I can ship them some seeds, and I can ship them.
Okay.
Let me show you. I'm not gonna keep you guys. I get really excited about plants. So like this is one pepper
Yeah.
start. And see,
That was
I start them in these little soil pods. And so they're like little dehydrated discs that you wet and they expand. And then you literally just put a seed in the middle. And I have them
so
under grow lights. They'll start. But if you're in California, you can put your peppers directly outside right now and it will grow.
okay.
So
Well, Alvin,
if
hit
yeah,
up Cherie, man, on IG.
on
Hit up
IG,
Cherie. Yeah. And
and I'll send you
it's cooking.
and I'll send you some seeds. I
Yes.
love
There it
sharing
is.
seeds.
There it is.
But
There
Mama
it
Joe and
is.
Papa Joe, I'm going to send you guys plants. This pepper here is called the
Oh,
goddess pepper.
ooh.
This is my
That
first
will
year
do
growing
something for
her.
sound like it's gonna do something for the libido.
I think she's so hot that she might.
Yeah. uh, Sackett
Yeah.
Cricket said he tried to grow food, but it's just snow out there. Yeah, I'm sure it's
Yeah,
not
you
that
can't
time
grow
of the
right
year.
now. You can't grow
Yeah,
now.
yeah. All right, double friend work. Mama O's from Ohio. She's from right outside of Cincinnati. So you guys are homies.
Yeah.
Al, what's happening this evening, buddy? How are you doing, man? Al says he's been growing saguaro cactus in Texas 3 years
Cactus.
now. Dude, those are the large cactus, aren't they? Can I say cactus? Is that all of them, or is it cacti? Is it
Cacti.
cacti? Is that one of them?
Wow.
Pretty cool, man.
Texas is a great place to
Pretty
grow
cool.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, folks, we're going to shut this thing down, man. Mom and I want to thank everybody for stopping in, hanging out with us a little bit. We absolutely want to thank Cherie for spending a little time with us, getting to know the entire chat, Cherie. And man, you know the deal. Ask any question of these guys and gals. They will definitely have an answer for you. Folks, tomorrow we're dropping what we think. Now this is one of those videos, man, where we're not expecting a ton of views or whatever the case might be. But Mom and I are so proud of this video. So proud. We did our first pot pie. Sleeper, you know where we're coming from. We've got an awesome pot pie. It turned out so awesome. It's so delicious. We need to do it again, Mama. But that pot pie video is going to be dropping tomorrow at 10 o'clock. You guys take a
Okay.
look and let us know what you think. We'd appreciate it, man. Sack of Crickets, man. Like I said, Come on back and we will get to know each other. You guys take care of yourselves. Cherie, you have a great evening. Tell the old man we said hi.
I
And
will.
he needs to sit next to you the next time you're on so we can
You
hear
know,
his
I
side of things.
I catch you on Thursdays because he has a standing meeting with his team overseas on Thursdays.
Okay,
Last
okay.
week I was on, but then he got off early, so you probably noticed I vanished because
Yeah.
we usually watch TV together.
Well,
But one
cool,
day
man.
he'll join me.
Yeah, well, okay. So again, folks, thank you guys, and you take care of yourselves. We'll see you when we see you.
Bye.
Bye bye.